Welcome to Inside the Yankees. I'm Nancy Newman. This week we kick things off with a peek behind the curtain at Yankee Stadium. We tagged along with stadium operations on a game day to see how concessions and merchandise are handled. Later, we check in with Oswaldo Cabrera as he continues to recover from his season-ending injury. Finally, NYY Steak gives us a preview of what Yankees fans can look forward to when they visit the Yankee Stadium steakhouse.
16 plus years ago when we moved into this stadium, the guest experience was at the forefront of everything we did, everything we thought about. Critical to that was the food experience. At the old stadium, hot dogs, sausages, beer and soda. But here we wanted to make it a point to have everywhere we could, all the different culinary options. It should feel like a real New York City food experience when you come to Yankee Stadium. Hey, Chris.
What's up? How are you?
How are we doing today?
Good. Good to see you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
How old are we today?
45.
Love being at work on your birthday.
Another birthday at Yankee Stadium.
Good for you. Happy birthday. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Expecting a big crowd tonight. You got good weather. Any changes on your end?
Just loading up on staff, make sure ice cream stands are full to keep the lines moving. On game days, Doug and I and his team and I are in constant communication, whether it's anything with guest relations, any technical issues with any equipment, with all the different trades that we have in the building. And, we just try to work together to ensure that everything runs smoothly.
It could be at times as simple as he's got a bread delivery that's running late. How do we orchestrate getting them into our loading dock? How do we get it to their locations in a quick enough fashion before gates open to be, as safe as possible? So it's constant, daily, that we have to communicate with each other.
Chris Buffa, Vice President of Operations for Legends Hospitality. It's definitely no typical day here, which is what I like about it. Something new every day. Usually come in, check in with Shiv in the warehouse, make sure there's no issues with deliveries. So this is our service area. This is where our main commissary is. All of our food and beverage. The freight elevators right over here to our left. And right above, 2 levels above, 1 level above is our loading dock where all the product comes in, and then it comes down here and it gets dispersed to all the different locations. What's up, guys? Good morning. How we doing? Good job yesterday. Good job yesterday. How we looking today?
Pretty good.
Good.
Trying to set up now.
Nice.
Yeah. Shiv Ali, Director of Warehouse Operations. I arrive, depending on the time of the game, anywhere between 2 a.m. 3:30. So my day starts with just sitting in front of the computer, getting sheets ready for the guys for product to be distributed around the building. Loading dock opens at 6 and closes at 3. So between that time, it's just a steady flow of deliveries and trucks coming in. The guys get a sheet, they pick what's needed to go up, they palletize it and take it to where it has to go. Biggest challenge is just making sure that there's enough of everything for 48,000 people every day, and not just for one day. Just like all of this here is not just for one game, it's for multiple games, or even for the homestand. A lot of the product has to be ordered at least a month in advance, from hot dog bread to bags of ice. It's never a good thing to run out of anything. Fridays, I have to get pretty much 3 trucks. That's 30 pallets of water just to cover us for the weekend. I'm gonna need a 12-ounce Corona, 40 cases, 30 cases of the Q Mixer grapefruit, and 5 pallets of Surfside. Whenever someone finds out that I work here at the stadium, they always ask me what I do. So the fun way to explain it is, if I tell them, if you ever came to a game and you bought something, say like a cup of soda, a fountain soda, I have to buy the cup, I have to buy the syrup that goes into it, the ice, the straw, everything, the napkin. Same thing for a hot dog, the bun, the hot dog, the condiments, the tray to put it in, and like the stuff that people don't think about. It's on our minds 24/7. We go through about 10 to 12,000 hot dogs a day. In the warehouse, in our freezer, we have 27,000 pounds of ice, and that's only enough for 2 days.
This is my favorite part of the walk-in refrigerator. I usually come in here and grab our new tiramisu by Christian Petroni and do a little test every day just to make sure it's the right quality. We got the butcher coming in today.
Yeah. Okay. What time?
I think it'll be around 3:30.
3:30. Okay.
I think we need about 500 pounds.
Okay. Lenny Middleton, Director of Concessions. So I'm in at 9 a.m. We're doing setup, so we have to check staffing levels first. So I get with our staffing department downstairs. Then after that, I get with our warehouse department, which is Shiv, to make sure our inventory levels are fine in all our locations in the building. After that, I check in with Chris just to see what he wants to open and close. And once we get that done, then it's just my job to wrangle the team and get everybody in aces and spaces is what I call it. Getting everybody in the right space just so they're executing the right way for the event. On a best day, we would probably staff about 500 concession staff members in the building. And getting those people in the building and operating efficiently is probably the biggest challenge. In certain locations, so like our 99 location, our 105 Lobel's location, we have some aces that we keep there that do not rotate. But for the most part, everybody else rotates and they're cross-trained on different areas. So a popcorn prep may be working a hot dog grill the next day, or a beer cashier could be working in a concession stand the next day. We rotate people through and we try to train them thoroughly just so everybody has a base of knowledge to get through the event. Yeah, we're gonna have the guys clean up a little bit more today, learn how to do some of the condiment areas. We're still teaching the new crew, so
Yeah.
they're getting up to
It's a
speed.
good crew.
Yeah.
We're on River Avenue. This is where all of our staff, the Legends Hospitality staff, comes in. We work very closely with Securitas and to ensure that everyone's getting in here in a timely manner and a safe manner. Today we'll have about 1,100 staff members coming in to the stadium to work the event. So everyone will come down here, and they'll get their uniforms from our lovely staff, and they'll give the chefs their aprons or chef shirts. Concessions staff gets the jerseys. And then once staff gets their uniforms, they'll come and get their work assignments. Hello everyone, say what's up.
We try to move people as much as we can. So then we'll cross them out, move them here, move them there, make sure that every place has things for before the game starts.
We're constantly, scheduling people, reaching out for people to, get on the schedule because, like I said, we need 500 to 600 people a day for this homestand. And then for other homestands, it'll be even higher, like when the Mets and the Red Sox come in. We work on our whole staffing plan, during the whole entire offseason and what we need for hiring, how many people we're going to hire, and how many people are returning, which we do have a very good amount of people that return each year. We have people that have been working here for, between the new and the old stadium, 40, 50 years.
Being a part of the stadium family, the Yankees, or their respective companies they work for is important. There's an enormous sense of pride that they all have. And it shows. They demonstrate it every day.
Some of these people I've known my whole, growing up. I was 24 years old when I started at the old stadium. They know my kids' names. They know my wife's name. I know their birthdays. It's one big happy family here.
If it wasn't for Chris, I wouldn't be here. Because when I first started here, they didn't know where to put me. So they recommended me to him.
Well, thank you, because you're one of our best employees
Thank
that we
you.
have and hardest workers.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate all you do.
Hello again, everyone. Jack Curry here with another edition of Jack's Packs. As always, I've got some packs of baseball cards in front of me. I'm going to open up one of these packs and I'm going to pluck out a card and tell you a story about one of those players. Let's hope it's exciting. Let's hope it's riveting. Let's hope it captivates you. Well, we're off to a good start in this pack because I've got Bob Boone. This has him as a member of the Angels, obviously a Gold Glove winning catcher, and the father of current Yankee manager Aaron Boone. So we're going to put this one off to the side. This might be the leader in the clubhouse right now. Ozzie Guillen, an elite shortstop. We've got Hall of Famer Gary Carter. I was at opening day for the Mets in 1985. I hope I have that date right. Gary Carter hit a home run for the Mets that day to win the game. Mark Lemke. We've got Mark Grace, a pitcher, Al Nipper, Ricky Jordan, Bob Finkpen, a closer who piled up 50-plus saves one season, Steve Balboni, Scott Jordan, Mike Maddox, became a really good pitching coach after his career, Gerald Clark, Juan Castillo. Let's go back to Bob Boone. I think we need to focus on Bob Boone because of his connection with the Yankees through his son. I know from talking to Aaron that after games, he would have conversations with his dad, and sometimes they would talk strategy, but sometimes they would just be father-son conversations. And one thing that stands out to me about Aaron's relationship with his dad. When Aaron Boone became the Yankee manager, he had never managed anywhere. And I thought he had a tremendous line. He said, "I've been managing for 40 plus years." And by that, he meant that he came from a baseball family. His grandfather, his father, his brother, and he all played in the major leagues. 3 generations of Boone. So Bob Boone clearly passed on a lot of knowledge to his son and clearly still does that. And I'm sure Aaron leans on him for a lot of advice, as all of us have done throughout of our lives with our parents.
Welcome back to Inside the Yankees. Oswaldo Cabrera suffered an injury last month that will force him to miss the rest of the season. We recently sat down with him to discuss his recovery process and the positive attitude he brings towards it all.
Oswaldo, it's so nice to see you. You fractured your ankle and damaged some ligaments on May 12th, and everyone in Yankee universe saw that play unfold. So first and foremost, I have to ask you, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
Yeah, thank you so much for this time, for be here in this camera. I'm feeling good. Obviously, not in the way that I want. Obviously, to feel great, I want to be there playing with my teammates and doing our things. But it is what it is. So I'm good. I'm good. Everything is good.
4 days after the injury, you have surgery on the ankle. What have doctors told you about what to expect going forward?
So for now, will be not that long that I expect. I thought was a more than they told me. So in the first time that they told me that was around 4 or 5 months, I was like surprising because in my mind was like at least 8 months to come back to a field. So 4 or 5 months, maybe 6 is depending on how I will be doing. So let's see how the progress is going with my ankle. And let's see what time I can come back.
So I know today was the start of that journey back because you were at Yankee Stadium to deal with some rehab. What do you believe that process will be like for you?
So not easy. I know that doesn't gonna be easy, but like I say, I obviously changed my mind and just try to focus and get the 100% on my foot, trying to get the brick by brick, just keep getting better every time in my ankle. So I just expect this doesn't gonna be easy, but I think I can take an advantage and get better and get stronger with this.
You've never had an injury like this where baseball was taken away from you. So how difficult is it to be on the sidelines and to not be out there with your teammates?
Not fun. It's not fun, obviously. It's not easy. But at the same time, I always say that everything happened for a reason. So I have to take it, I have to live it, I have to learn from it, and I have to, like I say, take the advantage from it, try to get better in things that I can get that. So I got more time to get better in other things. So for that reason, for me, I try to change my mental preparation and try to do something different to get away of the sadness of all these things.
And what are those things? How can you get away from the sadness? What are some of the things you do?
Yeah, that's a good question. So out of baseball, I'm learning. I want to start to learn a couple things. Like I'm so interesting and design with 3D. I don't know say that in English, but I think it's 3D prints. So I'm learning about that. I'm learning about the realtor. That's a way baseball. But in baseball, I got more time to prepare my body, to prepare my upper body right now that I can do anything in my legs. But take the advantage too, because obviously I always have it's not a problem because I'm on it. But my legs, since I've been playing, is getting bigger and bigger, and I'm always working to keep the legs getting a little bit more skinny. So take the advantage of this. I think they're gonna get more skinny. Just get ready for that and see if I can be more faster. That's one of those.
Oswaldo, I wanted to ask you about some of the social media posts you had after the injury. You talked about Volpe and Judge being at your bedside, so many teammates meeting with you before you got on a plane to leave Seattle. And I think you said you had thousands of texts. So how would you describe the support you received after the injury?
So that was a beautiful, beautiful, one of the most beautiful things that happened in my life. Because obviously, that bad things happen in a bad moment, and see all the support of my coaches, of my teammates, see all the support of my family, friends, my fiance, my agent, like not just that, but the fans get involved with me, get in the time that I grab my phone and see all the love that everybody showed me, everybody gave me a text, a post or whatever, and see all the love that the people gave it to me in that moment. Made me think like I'm doing the right things, I'm going the right way. And I really want to appreciate, I want to take this time. So yeah, if I take it too long, I want to appreciate this time for that. And obviously, when I was in the hospital, see there Yogi, Bopi, and a lot of my coaches, a lot of my trainers, whatever. See over there those guys, and my first question for those guys was, okay, we win. Obviously, we won. And my second question was to Bopi and Yogi if they eat and doesn't have anything in their stomach, they change, they take a shower, change after the game, and then go away to see me at the hospital. That means a lot for me.
There was one moment, Oswaldo, that really stood out for me, and I get chills even thinking about it. You're lying on the ground. You're obviously in a lot of pain. And the Yankees head athletic trainer, Tim Lentich, he's not only with you, but he's rubbing your back the way a mom or a dad would rub a baby's back when a baby was in distress. I get emotional even thinking about it. What were those moments like for you when Tim was there and he both literally and figuratively had your back?
That was a lot of things in my mind in that moment. And having Tim like grab me as like a kid, like a baby in his arm, and those all the words that he said for me, that was such a beautiful moment because he calmed me down. He was that angel in all that time, in that bad time.
Oswaldo, I really appreciate you giving us some time. I know Yankee fans have been eager to hear from you. It's great to hear your voice, and it's great to know that you're going to attack this rehab and recovery just the way you've attacked everything in your baseball career.
I appreciate you so much for this opportunity. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Be well.
Thank you. You too.
Fine dining has always been a staple of the Yankee Stadium experience. From tasty chicken buckets to a juicy prime steak, the stadium has you covered. Right above the Hard Rock Cafe at Gate 6, you will find NYY Steak.
Upgrade your game day experience at a luxury steakhouse in the heart of the Bronx. NYY Steak at Yankee Stadium serves guests an upscale dining menu with a casual feel draped in Yankee pride.
The difference between our steakhouse in the ballpark and on the street is you are still getting the full prime steak dinner, but it's in a casual environment, right? People always call and say, "Oh, can I wear my jersey? Can I wear my hat?" And yes, of course, you can come in your regular baseball attire and still have a full prime steak dinner. So this year, what's new is our lunch items. So our day games are an opportunity for us to draw more people in. So we have a brand new lunch menu that we're featuring. So those are, that's the new stuff here. We have our traditional items that we've always had, but that's our big focus this year.
We have a 100 bottle selection, including a reserved wine list at the steakhouse. Pretty much, if you want it, we have it. In addition to wine, we have a full service bar. One of our most popular beverages is the Yankee Teeny. We now made it into a regular cocktail, not so much a martini, but it still has the blue sugar rim. It's very popular. And our espresso martinis. We also have a Bronx bomber that was named after the Bronx. It's kind of like an old fashioned, but we changed the name. And just a good selection of liquor.
Today I'm going to be making our tuna tartare, which has avocado, has a yuzu soy shot that goes inside with a togarashi mayo and mango puree with malanga chips. We have our 4 ounces of grade A tuna, and we go right into the bowl. Season it with a little bit of salt and pepper, togarashi mayo. Mix that up. And we go right into our mold on our bowls. Hit it with a little bit of sesame seeds. And once that's all complete, I'll lift the mold up. And finish it with a little bit of microgreens on top. We have our tuna tartare, our malanga chips, mango puree, togarashi aioli, and a yuzu soy shot.